Hello viewers, I am Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stands before you with an important video of international relations, which is factors responsible for the disintegration of USSR. Today's topic mainly focuses factors for the disintegration of USSR, which stands for Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. This video is very much essential for students of +3, post-graduation, and those students who are interested to have knowledge about topics of international affairs. I think my viewers should watch this channel carefully and collect important facts relating to factors responsible for the disintegration of USSR. Let us start. What are the factors responsible for the disintegration of USSR? Union of Soviet Socialist Republic was a very powerful country once upon a time. It was so much powerful that it was the only country which was giving challenge to America. And when USSR was formed, it was formed on 30th December 1922. USSR was formed on 30th December 1922. It was formed by taking 15 republics. These republics were Russia, Ukraine, Georgia, Belarusia, Uzbekistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Moldova, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. It was formed by taking 15 republics on 30th December 1922. And it was disintegrated. It was made into pieces on 25th December 1991. And the first country which declared independence from USSR was Lithuania, and the last country which declared independence was Kazakhstan. So USSR, which was once upon a time a very powerful country, was disintegrated into many pieces due to not one but many factors. And in this video we will discuss mainly due to 6 reasons Soviet Russia was disintegrated. The first important reason was factors of stagnation. After 1970, there was economic stagnation in USSR. The standard of living of people became poor. There was rise of unemployment. There was slow economic growth. It was less than 2% per annum. The condition of people became precarious. There was scarcity of consumer goods. So there was economic stagnation. It was due to some reasons. The first reason was more spending for spreading of socialism and to fight against capitalism. USSR was spending more for the spread of socialism and to fight against capitalism. It was diverting more resources for spreading of socialism in the world. It was ignoring economic sector. And number 2, spending for gun, not for butter. USSR was spending more money for military purpose, for production of armed ammunition, but it was not spending money for production of consumer goods. It was not giving money for the economic development. And number 3, maintenance of satellite states. Maintenance of satellite states, it was spending more money for the maintenance of satellite states. USSR had satellite states like Poland, Romania, Hungary, Bulgaria, Albania, East Germany, Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia. It was giving more money to the satellite states. Again, less spending for economic development. It was not giving money, resource for economic development of people, economic growth of the country. Then no effort for technological development. It was not diverting money for technological development. Again, technological lag due to closed economy and no competition. Soviet economy was a closed economy. It was not encouraging foreign capitalists to invest their money in USSR. It had a closed economy and different undertakings were prohibited to make competition. So due to all these factors, there was economic stagnation in USSR. The first one is more spending for spreading of socialism and to fight against capitalism. Number 2, spending money for gun, not for butter. It was spending money for military purposes. Number 3, maintenance of satellite states. It had many satellite states. It was giving money to them so that they will remain under USSR. Then less spending for economic development. Government was not spending money for economic development. Then no effort for technological development. Government was not diverting money for technological development. Then technology lagged due to closed economy and no competition. There was closed economy. Foreign capitalists were not allowed to invest money in USSR. Again, different undertakings of USSR were not allowed to make competition. So due to above factor, there was economic stagnation. So people were discontented. This was the main reason for the disintegration of Soviet Union. And the second important factor for the disintegration of Soviet Union was the economic weakness. The economic condition of USSR was very weak. It was because huge military spending. USSR was spending more money for military purposes, for the production of armed ammunition. It was competing with USA. So it was diverting more money for the military purposes. Due to this reason, the economic condition of the USSR became weak. Number 2, maintenance of Central Asian republics. The 5 Central Asian republics which USSR had, they were very poor. They were very backward. These countries were Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. These Central Asian provinces, Central Asian republics were very poor. So USSR was giving more money to them for the development. It was another reason for its slow economic growth or its economic weakness. And number 3, maintenance of satellite nations in Eastern Europe. USSR had satellite states. So it was giving money to the satellite states. So due to these 3 factors, number 1, huge military spending. Number 2, maintenance of Central Asian republics like Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. USSR was giving money to them. Number 3, maintenance of satellite states of USSR like Poland, Romania, Hungary, Bulgaria, Albania, East Germany, Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. So USSR was giving more money to them. So by this, the economic condition of USSR became very weak. So it was another cause for the discontentment of people, and it was a factor for the disintegration of USSR. And number 3, political unaccountability. The government was not responsible to people. People were unable to question the government. The government was like a dictator government. The government was not responsible to people. So it was another factor for the disintegration of Soviet Union. People were discontented. People were not satisfied because government was not unaccountable. And the government was a totalitarian one. Government was not responsible to anybody. Then political repression. Political opponents were suppressed. Number 3, suppression of human rights. People were deprived from human rights. They were not allowed to speak. Mass media were not given freedoms. And number 4, cultural and artistic censorship. The government had control over the culture and artists. Government had restrictions to make culture public and to give freedom to artists for independent art. So, as government was not accountable, so people were not satisfied. It was another cause for the disintegration of Soviet Union. And the 4th one, which is very important, Gorbachev's reforms. When Gorbachev became the president of USSR in 1985, he brought 2 types of doctrines. One is glasnost, other one is perestroika. On the basis of glasnost, there was freedom of speech, freedom to press, and open discussion were allowed in USSR. So these reforms encouraged people for a democratic system. Again, he told about perestroika. Perestroika means free market economy, not command economy, free market economy. It means prices will be fixed on the basis of production. Prices will be fixed automatically. Then number 2, democratic elections and multi-party system. On the basis of perestroika, Gorbachev told about democratic elections, free market, and multi-party system. And number 3, religion and cultural freedom. People were given cultural freedom and religion freedom. Then freedom of citizens to own and run their business and to profit from their sales. People were given freedom to own their own business and make profit. So on the basis of these 2 doctrines, glasnost and perestroika, people automatically tilted towards democratic system, and it encouraged them to disintegrate Soviet Union. And the 5th one, loss of Eastern Europe. When democratic principles like glasnost and perestroika were introduced in USSR, people of Eastern Europe were also interested to have freedoms. So they also wanted to keep themselves away from the fold of USSR, and they prefer to have democratic system in their country. And they started to keep themselves away from Soviet Union and Eastern European countries. They tilted toward democratic system and Western culture. So when they started to take themselves away from USSR, at the time USSR lost its influence in Eastern Europe. Finally, rise of nationalism. In USSR, the spirit of nationalism grew. Spirit of nationalism grew in different provinces. Rise of nationalism in Baltic republics. Baltic Republic means Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia. There was rise of spirit of nationalism in these countries. They wanted to make them free from the fold of USSR. Number two, these prosperous republics are not interested to pay big price to uplift backward Central Asian provinces. These prosperous nations were not interested to give money for the development of backward republics like backward republic of Central Asian republics. So prosperous republics were not interested that their money will be diverted for the development of the people of backward republics, which were Central Asian republics. So for the disintegration of Soviet Union, not one, but mainly 6 important factors were responsible. The first one is factors of stagnation. There was stagnation in USSR, so people were dissatisfied. Number 2, economic weakness. The economic condition of USSR became weak, so people were discontented. Number 3, political unaccountability. Government was not accountable. Party leaders were leading a luxurious life where general people were under starvation. Number 4, Gorbachev's reforms. Gorbachev told about perestroika and glasnost. By the introduction of these two doctrines, democratic ideals flourished in USSR. Now 5, loss of Eastern Europe. Eastern European countries, they were not interested to remain under the fold of USSR. They wanted to have democratic system. They tilted towards Western countries. Finally, rise of nationalism. Some republics of USSR, prosperous republics, they were not interested to give money for the development of backward republics. So, due to these 6 important factors, Union of Soviet Socialist Republic was disintegrated into pieces. So, USSR, which was once upon a time a very powerful country in the world, was disintegrated into many pieces on 25th December 1991. So I request my viewers not to watch this video only, but to collect important facts relating to USSR from this video. I request my viewers to subscribe my channel so that useful video of the future relating to academic sphere will be in your hands. Thank you viewers. Again we will be here with another video. Till now, goodbye to all.